that our founding patrons Sting and Trudy Styler decided to support the struggle of the peoples of the Xingu Valley in the Eastern Amazon to protect their lives.
Para a Europa, porque acreditamos ainda que é possível ter um modelo que pode ser construído participativamente, com diálogo com sistema econômico, sistema de comunicação, né, e respeitando a cultura de viver do ser humano.
Our objective here is that we believe that there still is a possibility to build a participatory dialogue with the economic and communication system that respects indigenous people's rights.
Nós, povo da Amazônia, estamos muito assustados com a forma que a política do nosso país e também como sistema econômico de outro país também estão apoiando aquele tipo de desenvolvimento na Amazônia.
We as Amazonian indigenous peoples are very concerned about our country's policies.
Para quem aquele desenvolvimento, aquele forma estão sendo construída, né, lá na Amazônia, com várias estradas, várias hidrelétricas.
We are concerned about the fact that this form of development is bringing large roads and hydroelectric dams to our regions.
O exemplo que eu quero falar do próprio meu estado, que é Rondônia.
I'd like to speak specifically about my state, which is Rondônia State in Brazil.
Onde hidrelétrica, Jirau, Madeira estão sendo construídas com poucas discussão, com pouca diálogo e assim com certeza não houve nenhuma respeito ao direito que os povos indígenas têm pela Constituição e também pelas convenções internacionais como a OIT, da Convenção 69 e próprio de respeito a convenções de biodiversidade que são aprovadas e discutidas a nível nacional e internacional.
I'd like to speak specifically about the example of the Madeira River dams and the Jirau Dam, which is one part of that complex that has shown a startling lack of dialogue with indigenous peoples. And this is also a violation of Brazilian norms in protecting indigenous people's rights, as well as international norms like Convention 169 of the ILO that is also in place to respect the biodiversity of our region and basically sustainable development.
Então, como você quer desenvolver uma região determinada com a força política ou não força econômica, força jurídica, como é que o nosso país está fazendo na Amazônia, é muito preocupante, porque isso realmente traz um afeto, o direito, o futuro que queremos para os nossos povos indígenas na Amazônia brasileira.
Specific sector of the country's interests.
E o governo não deve atender o setor por setor. Tem que atender necessidades de um país e respeitando o seu povo.
And the government should not really be working to benefit one sector of society, it should be working for society as a whole.
E por essa missão, nós viemos para criar essa consciência política e econômica para que vamos desenvolver pensando no futuro da humanidade.
Therefore, we really need to change this, have new policies that respect the future of humanity.
Porque acreditamos ainda, se nós estiver juntando conhecimentos tecnológicos, culturais, e também conhecimento e poder político de vários países, nós podemos construir um desenvolvimento que a humanidade precisa e que realmente precisa no futuro.
We believe that if we are able to join together policies of our country with other countries, our traditional knowledge as well, we can probably come to a compromise where we have a form of development that respects us and everyone moving forward.
Porque ainda existe 68 povos indígenas isolados, né, na Amazônia. Então, por exemplo, política econômico do Brasil, pelo BNDES, por exemplo, não veja nenhum momento como que esses povos têm que ser respeitados. Então, a gente precisa discutir essa política econômica do nosso país com maior participação e com respeito a todos os setores da sociedade brasileira. E obrigado.
So, especially in terms of the 68 known isolated indigenous groups living in the Brazilian or in the Amazon, we need to develop new policies, especially economic policies that respect them. And this is also especially in respect to Brazilian National Development Bank's financing of these projects in direct violation of these people's rights. And so we need to move forward with a more participatory structure that will guarantee these people's rights. Thank you.
Good, thank you very much, Chief. And if we could move on next to Shayla, please.
Bom dia a todos e a todas.
Hello to everyone.
Eu sou Sheila Carepi Juruna, sou liderança da Aldeia Boa Vista, que fica no município de Vitória do Xingu, Médio Xingu, comunidade que também será impactada por Belo Monte.
I'm a leader of the Juruna people of the Boa Vista community of the Middle Xingu, a community that is being threatened by the Belo Monte Dam.
Estou aqui para falar sobre o grande impacto que esse empreendimento trará para a região do Xingu, não só para a minha comunidade, mas para com todos os povos da bacia do Xingu.
I'm speaking to represent my people and what this project has to do to my people, but not only for them, but for all the indigenous people of the Xingu Basin.
E tentar sensibilizar a toda a sociedade europeia para que visualize como está a situação dos povos indígenas na Amazônia.
And to raise awareness here in Europe so that people can actually visualize how these projects are impacting indigenous people in the Amazon.
Sobre a violação dos direitos indígenas, quando o governo viola os direitos indígenas, os direitos constitucionais, os acordos internacionais que ele tem feito e não tem cumprido até agora.
About human rights violations, especially in terms of indigenous people's rights, and how the government is violating its own safeguards in terms of additional, its own and international conventions that it has adhered to.
Também gostaria de dizer que os impactos gerados por Belo Monte são impactos irreparáveis, impactos sociais profundos, impactos ambientais, impactos culturais sobre nossas populações.
The impacts that Belo Monte Dam threatens to bring to our people are cultural, social, and environmental impacts that are irreversible.
E nós sabemos que não é só um barramento no Xingu. No futuro serão 5 barragens no Xingu e isso vai destruir toda a bacia do Xingu.
We understand that this is not just one dam complex they're trying to build in the Xingu, but in fact 5 along the entire Xingu Basin, and that will destroy the Xingu River Basin.
E o Xingu está dividido em 3 partes, o alto, o médio e o baixo Xingu, e todas essas regiões vão ser atingidas, somando mais ou menos 25 povos indígenas.
The Xingu River Basin is divided into 3 regions, the upper, middle, and lower, of which there are 25 indigenous peoples living there, and they will all be impacted by the project.
Também haverá muito impacto sobre as populações ribeirinhas, moradores da região.
There will also be serious impacts on non-indigenous people, traditional populations, riverine people.
Além da violação do nosso direito pelo governo, temos também o Banco BNDES, que se diz um banco de desenvolvimento econômico social, que na verdade não respeita o direito dos povos indígenas do Brasil.
And within the actors moving to push forward this project, we also see the Brazilian National Development Bank for Economic and Social Development, and we understand that this is not a bank that is working to benefit us. It is in fact a bank that is violating indigenous people's rights by financing these projects.
O que nos deixa indignados, a falta de transparência desse banco, que fala em desenvolvimento sustentável e vem investindo em grandes empreendimentos sobre a vida das nossas populações, sobre as áreas indígenas da Amazônia.
We are outraged that this bank can come to our region and finance projects that threaten our lives, that threaten to ruin our lives in our region, in our regions.
Eu gostaria muito que o BNDES pudesse esclarecer para nós qual o papel dele, demonstrar transparência para a sociedade.
I'd like BNDES to actually show us how it is benefiting our society and be more transparent with its actions.
Eu sei que o BNDES assume um compromisso social. Ele há uma política social que não é visível para nós. Não está visível.
BNDES supposedly has a social program that it is pushing forward as part of its financing. This is not apparent to us. We can't see how it is acting in a social way.
E o Banco Nacional de Desenvolvimento Econômico e Social está desenvolvendo a destruição das populações locais na Amazônia.
BNDES, the Brazilian National Development Bank, is directly implicated in the destruction of indigenous communities in the Amazon.
Sem se preocupar com a vida das pessoas, sem se preocupar com o meio ambiente.
Without being preoccupied with the life of people or the life of the environment in the regions where they are financing projects.
Também há muita contradição desse banco, quando ele faz gestão de recursos norueguês sobre o Fundo Amazônia, que de certa forma proteger uma floresta, e ao mesmo tempo financia grandes empreendimentos de morte.
And we see a large contradiction within the way the bank is managing the Amazon Fund, a fund to preserve the Amazon, while in fact investing a huge amount of money, much more money, in the destruction of the Amazon.
Como são esses empreendimentos de hidrelétricas.
Such as hydroelectric dams.
Então aqui eu quero demonstrar toda a nossa revolta contra o governo brasileiro que tem nos tratado como animais, que não tem respeitado nossos direitos constitucionais, nossos direitos indígenas, internacionais, a Convenção 69 da OIT, todos os nossos direitos são violados. Por isso nós pedimos, ajude-nos a combater todo esse processo de destruição da Amazônia e do Brasil.
So I'd like to be, today here I'm speaking out in outrage of the way the Brazilian government is daily violating our rights, treating us like animals, violating its own safeguards, violating international treaties, and I'm here to ask you to help us to stop this project, move forward, and stop the government from ill-treating us.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to mention actually that Shayla mentioned the role of the Brazilian National Development Bank, BNDES, in financing Brown actually a couple of years ago. They declined a request for us for the delegation here to meet them here in London whilst they are here, and also declined a request to participate in a public discussion which is happening here in this room later this evening. Our final speaker of the delegation from South America, Ruth, would you like to please take the floor?
Gracias, Simon, por organizar esta conferencia, y también agradezco a la prensa, señora Bianca, que está acompañándome aquí.
I would like to thank Simon for organising this conference, as well as the press who's present here, and as well as to Mrs. Bianca Jagger for being here today.
Estamos aquí con una delegación de Perú, Brasil, para poner conocimiento a nivel mundial acá en la comunidad europea sobre el caso sobre las construcciones energéticas.
We are here with the delegation from Peru and Brazil in order to raise global awareness, particularly among European communities, regarding the construction of the dam.
En Perú, el gobierno peruano ha hecho un acuerdo energético entre Perú y Brasil.
The Peruvian government has signed an energy agreement with Brazil.
En este acuerdo está contemplado a nivel Perú, es 15 represas y uno de los 3 que está en el territorio de los pueblos indígenas Ashaninka y Amazónica.
This agreement contemplates the construction of a series of dams in the Peruvian Amazon that it's going to reach the lands of the the Ashaninka population.
Uno es Paquitzapango,
One of these projects is the Paquitzapango Dam.
que está en mi pueblo, en mi territorio. Otro es Tambo 40, que está también en mi territorio. Y Tambo 60 también está en el territorio Ashaninka.
One of these projects is Paquitzapango, the other is Tambo 40 or Tambo 40, the other is Tambo 60 or Tambo 60, and all of them are in a territory in the Ashaninka community's territory.
Estos acuerdos energéticos o la construcción de centrales hidroeléctricas que está en el territorio Ashaninka no ha sido consultado, ni informado, ni decisión propia.
These hydroelectric projects have been are going to be implemented, and this decision was not consulted with the Ashaninka communities. No prior consent was given by them.
Acuerdo las reuniones y las coordinaciones de los hermanos de Brasil, ha habido violaciones de derechos humanos, derecho territorial, derecho cultural de los pueblos indígenas en Brasil, y el gobierno brasileño quiere exportar sus violaciones de derechos humanos, derechos territoriales, derecho a los pueblos indígenas en Perú.
As we heard from the Brazilian delegates, in Brazil there have been violations to indigenous people's rights, rights to land, rights to culture, cultural rights, and Brazil wants to export this model of violation of rights, of human rights, land rights and cultural rights to Peru.
No quiero cansarlo y quiero más preguntas para poder responderlo y no quiero cansarlo. Gracias.
I would like to tire you. I'd rather receive your questions, and that will be all. Thank you.
It is a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here this morning to accompany my friends from Brazil and Peru, and to be here with I would like to thank you all for being here. Some of you know that for many years I have campaigned for environmental issues, for human rights, social and economic issues, and for the right of indigenous people. I'm the founder and the chair of the Bianca Jagger Human Rights Foundation. And I have tried, because I was born in Nicaragua, to approach this issue from an integrated perspective, because we cannot separate human rights from social and economic issues and from environmental issues. What you are seeing here is nothing new. It is the old model of development that violates the rights of communities, of indigenous and tribal people, and whose main interests are economic, regardless of the environmental destruction that it may pose. I must say that I was quite shocked and surprised to see the contradictions of the Brazilian government, and particularly of the Brazil National Bank, or as it is known, BNDES, that pretend that the investment on major dams is really for clean energy. You must understand how they try to mislead people throughout the world. Not just the Brazilian, not just the Peruvian, but many other people. Just like we are misled in this country about nuclear power that is being called green energy. Well, I don't think that I have to say much, because you heard their very moving and very direct and clear statement from all of them here today, that this project, the project of building major dams in Brazil, just think about that. 20 years ago, we thought we have finally been able to denounce and to convince the world that dams were the right way to go, and that the sequels or the result of the devastation to the environment and to people's life was something that we needed to oppose. What has made them revive this terrible concept of major hydroelectric plants with the pretenses that it will bring electricity and it will bring clean energy to millions of people throughout Latin America? Well, do you know that the BNDES today is more powerful than the World Bank? Do you understand? I mean, I'm trying to come to terms with what I have found out today, or in the last few days by reading about this project, that they are investing 16 or 17 billion dollars in Belo Monte, that they are investing $6 billion in Peru in the 6 dams. And what are the consequences? And have they done it in accordance to the law? They've done it in violation of indigenous people's right, in violation of tribal people, and in violation of the communities that live in those areas. And what is the consequence and the impact that it will have? The consequences are the destruction of the rainforest, the endangerment of their livelihood, and the violation of their territorial rights. It's in violation of the national laws in Brazil, it's in violation of international laws, and what is worse is that the consequences will be irreversible, that will not only affect indigenous and tribal people and the community, but the truth is that it will affect us all. We all keep talking about preserving the Amazon and the importance of REDD, but how can we, in the one hand, be supporting so-called REDD, and in the other hand, investing in such a devastating project that will really be endangering the future and the livelihood of indigenous people throughout Latin America, and in particularly, in this case, in Brazil and in Peru. As a Nicaraguan, as a person who was born in Nicaragua, and who have seen the devastation that we have caused in the name of progress and development, I'm here to lend my voice to them and to say this project must be stopped. We can no longer continue to allow projects that are putting at stake the future of the environment, but particularly that are putting at stake the livelihood of indigenous people. And we're not only talking about indigenous people, we are talking as well as uncontactable indigenous people that will be suffering if these projects go ahead. So my task today is to come to you, to the media, to urge you to support it, to present the case, and to uncover the real intention of this project. That is more to help mining companies and other concessions that have been given in Peru and in the Amazon that need energy, and that is one of the biggest reasons. One of the great irony of this is that the majority of the electricity that will be gained from the dams in Peru are going to be exported back to Brazil. Do you think that's fair? So, thank you very much for coming. And I stand here, and I will stand with them until the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bianca, and particularly for pointing out the contradiction in the forests because of the important role that they help in stabilizing climate, and because we now know that the destruction of tropical rainforests is one of the major contributors to climate change, whilst the international community is seeking ways to enable countries to protect those forests and to find billions of dollars of financing for that to happen. Simultaneously, some of the same agencies charged with doing precisely that, and particularly the BNDES are funding exactly the opposite, schemes that will almost certainly contribute further towards the destruction of rainforests and further emissions of carbon dioxide that will contribute further to the problem of global climate change, and which in fact may ultimately render some of these hydroelectric schemes less effective as sources of power. Okay, so we've got about 15-20 minutes now for questions and answers, so we'd like to raise your hands. Gentlemen here.
My name is Seb Kennedy. I'm a reporter from Renews Americas, which is a renewable energy publication. Two questions. First of all, I'd like to just read out some quotes from Mauricio Tomás Guim, who is the president of EPE, which is an arm of the Brazilian Ministry of Mines and Energy. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, he claimed that no indigenous land surrounding the area of the projects, talking about Belo Monte in particular, will be flooded. He said no indigenous community will be moved out of their land. He said there have been consultations through FUNAI, which is a Brazilian agency that looks after indigenous people's rights.
Can we just allow a bit of time to translate
sorry.
what happened? Sorry, so that the speakers are allowed to get the translation back.
Yeah, I've been
You okay with that?
Yeah, I've probably directed to Shayla, so I'll just translate it.
Okay, yeah. No, carry on. Just allow a bit of time when you're asking.
Out of their lands. And he says that consultations have been ongoing through FUNAI, which is...
I think that's a question in principle for Shayla, yes.
Good, and sorry, could I just follow up with one other question, which is to the whole panel, which is considering that most of these dams, the concessions have been awarded and contracts have been signed, proposed to do, considering that the construction has already been authorised and is likely to go ahead.
Em primeiro lugar, no mínimo, essa pessoa que falou isso está muito equivocada.
First of all, I'd like to say this person, Tomasquinho, is completely wrong.
Ou não conhece o resultado dos estudos de impactos ambientais.
He does not recognize the actual environmental impacts in the studies that have been done.
Que de primeira mão afirmo que foram feitos insuficientes.
These studies, in fact, were done in a very insufficient manner.
E para nós, o que é impacto na visão dele? Se a nossa terra na Volta Grande vai secar o rio, não vai haver mais peixe para nem se alimentar.
How can you speak about these impacts as if they won't affect indigenous people? The river itself will dry out and we won't have fish to eat.
E o impacto não é só de cheia. Quando se barra um rio, isso já gerou um grande impacto, não só para o povo, mas como para toda a biodiversidade.
The impact is not just in terms of flooding. When you put a dam on a river, you affect all the biodiversity on which we depend.
E é mentira, eu afirmo que é uma grande mentira dizer que os povos indígenas do Xingu foram consultadas.
And it's an enormous lie to say that the indigenous people of the Xingu were actually properly consulted.
Porque eu sou uma das comunidades, minha comunidade vai ser atingida por Belo Monte, já está sendo, e nós em nenhum momento não fomos consultados. E o governo brasileiro mente totalmente quando fala disso.
And I can speak as a representative of an indigenous community that will be directly impacted by Belo Monte, where we were not actually ever consulted. The Brazilian government consistently lies about this.
E para nós, povos indígenas, não existe impacto só direto e indireto, não. Tudo é impacto. Quando fala em empreendimento de barragem, já gera um impacto social muito grande sobre as nossas populações.
And in terms of these, this semantic thing of direct and indirect impacts, this does not concern us. This does not apply to us. When these dams bring enormous impacts and it will impact us seriously.
E quem é que me garante que não vai alagar as outras aldeias do rio Xingu acima? Não há estudo que demonstre isso. Para nós, populações indígenas, vai gerar grandes impactos em toda a bacia do Xingu, e isso nós temos certeza porque nós conhecemos o nosso rio.
And while they say it won't flood upstream communities, we don't consider this to be of significance. It'll impact these communities gravely, and that is what is really of concern to us.
Acho que o processo de consulta ainda não é muito claro para o governo, então, né? Quando ele fala que faz consulta. E muitas vezes, quando interesse de algumas empresas, quem que faz esse impacto e a maneira errada, como um processo de consulta, é próprias empresas, próprio governo que estão interessados, né? E muitas vezes sem ouvir a maioria dos líderes, a maioria do povo.
I feel this actually demonstrates that the Brazilian government is unclear on the concept of what consultation actually means. They are acting in the interest of these companies that actually generate the impacts and therefore will gloss over what a proper consultation should look like, and they're not actually concerned with the fact that these projects deeply impact our lives.
Latinoamérica, a pesar que ha firmado el Convenio 169 y las declaraciones de Naciones Unidas, se comprometió en proteger de los pueblos indígenas y no lo respeta, no respeta el Convenio 169 y las declaraciones de Naciones Unidas. Ellos prefieren a las compañías petroleras, mineras, hidroeléctricas, es más de económico, favorece a un pequeño grupo capitalista que quiere sacar los recursos últimos que tenemos en los territorios de los pueblos indígenas.
She would like to say that in spite of the fact that both Peru and Brazil have signed the Declaration of Indigenous Peoples' Rights of the UN, as well as the Convention 169 of the International Labour Organization on Indigenous Peoples' Rights, they don't respect these international obligations. They'd rather defend the interests of companies such as mining companies, oil companies, a handful of capitalist interests at the expense of these indigenous communities, without respecting indigenous people's rights.
I'd just like to say, because I forgot to say this, that as you can imagine, the possibilities for when we know the impact that this will have. And the one thing that I forgot to mention is that these dams will be creating, what is the name of the gas?
Methane.
Methane gas. And I don't know if you know that before we used to believe that methane gas was 23 times more lethal than CO2 emissions. But lately scientists have come to and have said that they probably are about 100 times more lethal than CO2 emission. So the great questions that we have for these governments is why invest in mega dam when they could be investing in renewable energy? And don't let them fool you when they tell you because it's cheaper. Look at the numbers and the price tags attached to these dams. And if I understand correctly, there is a project for 60 dams throughout Brazil.
Thank you. I could just add perhaps in answer to the not to have complied with various bits of Peruvian legislation, so there are one would anticipate that there could well be legal challenges to those.
It's been suspended because 29 environmental needs haven't been met, according to a judge. What do you expect of the suspension of the construction work?
Que paralisou a licença de instalação de Belo Monte.
Well, we are, first of all, here just to denounce the fact that our rights are being used, which is a high court in Brazil. It's the Attorney General, I'm sorry, in Brazil.
Tem feito de tudo, pressionando para dar continuidade a esse processo.
That they have used their influence throughout this process to knock away any legal challenges.
Agora, a nossa esperança quanto população atingida é que realmente tentar conseguir que essa liminar não seja derrubada, pressionando o governo.
But our will as indigenous people affected by this project is to pressure the government to make sure the restraining order stays in place.
Para que eles possam olhar de fato as condicionantes que não foram cumpridas até agora, principalmente a do direito de não sermos consultados.
And to make sure that our rights are satisfied, especially the rights of being consulted properly.
Desarrollarnos paulatinamente.
They would like an adequate policy in order for the community to develop progressively.
Pero esta política de imposición no es buena. Imponer, violentar, violar los derechos humanos, violar los derechos colectivos, derecho a propiedad, derecho a la autonomía que queremos desarrollar, no. Lo que está yendo a la sistema política occidental, lo decimos que es empresas grandes que quieren imponernos, no es bueno. Trae destrucción, trae violencia, trae pobreza, prostitución, nuestros hermanos, nuestras hijas en las comunidades.
But this policy of imposition, of violation, is not adequate. This model of Western politics is not good for us. It brings destruction, violation, prostitution. It threatens our sons and daughters, our life in this community.
I could just add to that, actually very briefly, that as I mentioned, over the last 7 or 8 years, to the lands that they occupy, some 30 communities in the NA Valley, and to map those lands, as well as adjacent communal reserves. And Ruth's organisation, which represents, and it's very clear from the research work that Ruth's organisation has done, that these dams will destroy very large parts of the agricultural lands, the hunting grounds and the kind of rotational farming grounds that the Ashaninka communities.
Vou responder por uma experiência que meu estado está passando, né? Por exemplo, não só impacto ambiental, mas não só esses impactos acontecem com os povos indígenas, mas com a população como um todo, que traga grande prostituição dos menores, né, criminalização, além quando a estrutura do Estado não consegue atender melhor a educação, saúde, educação, outros que atendem sociais, né?
I'd like to speak in terms of a case study of my state, Rondônia, where not only environmental impacts are taking place, but also impacts, very serious social impacts to the local population. These include a rise in criminality, child prostitution, and these are all a result of the fact that the Brazilian government has not put structure into place, like social structures like environmental and health, to aid the local population when they initiate these projects.
Então isso começou agora. Imagina quando essas hidrelétricas que estão sendo construídas lá em Rondônia parar, assim, ser terminado, porque esses empregos não têm sustentabilidade. Então vai ficar um caos em Rondônia. Então esse impacto que esse tipo de empreendimento traz para a região. Obrigado.
I believe these projects are truly not sustainable. We are seeing the initiation of these serious social impacts and a form of social chaos that these projects are provoking. These are certainly not sustainable projects, and this is what I have to say.
E sobre a questão de saúde e educação que você falou, não existe no Brasil uma política de educação diferenciada que respeite as diversidades.
In terms of health and education services that you spoke to, there is no system in Brazil that guarantees differentiated forms of health and education.
E posso falar isso com toda propriedade, porque na minha região, no Médio Xingu, não há educação de qualidade, não há saúde de qualidade. E, então, se temos terras reconhecidas com todos esses direitos, e todos esses direitos não nos são garantidos.
I like to say in terms of the Xingu that we have very poor education and health structures in place, and that seriously the government is not putting in structures that guarantee our rights.
Okay, thank you. Gentleman here.
Is this on? My name is Robert Wallace. I'm with Kanos Pictures, and there's very similar issues occurring in other parts of the world, India, Africa, where indigenous people are fighting massive development projects. And I'm wondering if you see any linkages that can be made between these various struggles, and or if you feel it has to be fought on a country-by-country basis. It's many of the same corporations in each of these cases, as I'm sure you know.
Do I understand your question that you want me to make a comparison with what is happening in other parts of the world, with what is happening in Brazil and Peru and Latin America?
Yes, and what kind of possible...
Well, you know that I recently supported a mining company that is headquarters in this country called Vedanta, and that was going to endanger the livelihood of the Con. And all I can tell you is that we were successful until now, because the Minister of the Environment in India declared or decided that the Vedanta did not have clearance to go ahead because it violated the right of indigenous people and, you know, national laws and tribal people throughout the world. Is that unfortunately